Hello and welcome to the Rocky Sports Talk Sheet. Today's episode is a little bit could be a little emotional for me because he is by far like into my young adult, like young my older my teenage years into my adult life and stuff like that. I He was my athlete. Um, there for a while, it was him and Romo. I know a lot of people don't like Tony Romo, but I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, and I actually supported Romo. I thought he was a very underappreciated quarterback, and I thought he was targeted too much with what the help that he got at his positions that he really needed help with, and on the defensive end, they just kept dropping the damn ball. But every year he's constantly putting up over 30, 30 per, averaging 30 per game, but no defensive help. So everybody wants to judge him as the quarterback, and they didn't get offensive lineman help until like the last 2-3 seasons that he was in the NFL and the starter for the Cowboys. But whatever. I'm on. It's it's hard to talk about because um I remember I lived in Bloomington, and every time like my team wins, I like to celebrate or whatever, especially whenever I was an adult. And I had like a little house party for the Lakers um in the finals. I basically did it every time. Even the one where, yeah, there was that one finals where I was just devastated by, you know, everybody other than Kobe seemed to like show up that day against the Celtics. But I mean, Kobe kept trying, but they just got blown out of the water and beaten like 4-2 in the series. But then fast forward just a little bit, and here we are again for the rematch. And I remember like there was this bowling alley that used to be open. I don't know if it still is. In Bloomington, Indiana. There, I lived up the road from it, up a hill, and it was like a younger guy kind of owned it. And then later on, I think that's whenever it closed because I believe he got divorced or whatever, and it was probably a spousal argument over the bowling alley and stuff. But man, it was like they were already closed. I was like, bro, please, it's for the party. I want to get all this stuff, and I did. I spent quite a bit of money. I gave him extra money just to get it, and it was one of my favorite title celebration nights. I loved it. Champagne all over myself. I was soaking wet. Some of my friends were soaking wet. But I celebrated. Kobe Bryant and my Lakers winning another chip, and I remember watching there and running throughout the house whenever he hit that game-winning fadeaway three with the knee up into Wade's. I don't know, man. He was all up into Wade, with Dwayne Wade cloaked all over him, and where he just hit it off the backboard for the win. I just remember there were so many games, and I'm just so I just the 60-point game, his last game. I kept that on my DVR. Whenever I had Comcast, I saved that on my DVR for like 2 years straight until we had to move and they didn't have Comcast. So we actually had to turn it back in, and then I no longer had the recording. But I cherished it whenever I did have it, and you can now just go on YouTube and just watch it whenever. So that's cool. But I idolized that man. I love sports, and I idolized him. And I'm just glad because growing up as a younger kid before him, I was diehard Jordan, and I'm just so thankful that Jordan is inducting Kobe Bryant and introducing Kobe Bryant. I know they were close. It's it's just hard because you got the whole COVID thing, and for me, as a big major fan of his, try not to get emotional here. He deserves the proper crowd. So even so does the other inductees, because this is, in my opinion, like if this isn't the greatest Hall of Fame NBA Hall of Fame induction class, then it's this not moving past second. But to me, it's the greatest Hall of Fame class of all time. You got Tim Duncan, all them in there. I mean, they deserve a full crowd, not this COVID-19 bullshit. And especially Kobe. Um, I really wish that if that place isn't packed and jam packed like they know it would have been, then postpone it. Do what other events did. The WWE did a 2 day, WrestleMania, and then day one they did one Hall of Fame. Day two they did the other Hall of Fame. And I want, I envision it in my head, and I know what it would be like, and I just want it to be the best that it can be for him because he seriously was one of my sports heroes, and I want him to go out the right way into the hall. Now there's no better person that they put other than Jordan for inducing him, introducing him. In my opinion, there's just nobody better because he wanted to be Michael Jordan, but he didn't really want to be him. He wanted to surpass him, but he wanted to emulate him and do it better because he loved and respected that man. People just think that Kobe was about himself. No, he loved and respected him, and he was a very knowledgeable player. Even whenever he was playing it in his prime, I heard a lot of stories about how all the a lot of people misjudged Kobe. I'm telling you all that right now. This man was a learner. He wanted to learn, and it was so many different ways that he wanted to learn, and he put in the work to do it. And on top of that, every day was in that gym, amazingly outrageous hours. Coming into the league, he was not the player that he ended up being, like on the level of it. No, not at all. He grinded the hell to get where he got. He grinded the hell out of it, and he practiced the hell out of it. And he studied and learned, and I respect that. And one thing that because I'm the same way, you can ask some of my friends or whatever. I'm a very blunt person. That's one thing that I always respected about him the most was how blunt and straightforward Kobe was, because he was. I remember watching, because I always watch playoff series. I remember watching the playoff series. if I remember correctly. I think I don't remember my age, but I was very young, I believe. And the reporters were asking him, basically like, how do you feel and all this and stuff. He just the series wasn't even over. He was like, there's still there's he was basically just nonchalant. Like, what are you talking about, dude? We still got a lot more to do. Business isn't done. I'm not gonna talk about it till it's done. Like, just, I mean, I love the competitive and fight in him, and I love the competitiveness, and he just so many years there. He was the NBA. He just was, and I don't know. Day that the horrific helicopter crash happened, I was bawling my eyes out. Like, I was devastated. I called it from work. Like, I was devastated. There's so many non-sports fans out there that don't understand. Like, whenever you're a diehard fan, um, and you follow them for decades, you it's like they're almost a part of your family, but you don't know them, you never met them or nothing, but you're just a huge fan. At a very young age, I was that way with Troy Aikman, and I was ecstatic because I remember writing. We did this thing at our school. It was in junior high, and it was like write an athlete, and they gave us options on a sheet, and I saw Troy's on there, or no, Troy's wasn't even on there. They didn't even have Troy Aikman's, and I asked my teacher, like, please help me find, and and she did. She's like, it took her like a day or two, but she found, you know, where I could write Troy Aikman, and he actually wrote me back and gave me an autograph photo, and I was such a fan of his that I remember, like, later on in life, like, I moved so many times. I mean, I always we moved. I moved a lot, especially as a kid and stuff. And one of the moves, it was completely lost. I had it in this beautiful blue case. It was treasured, and I cried whenever it was lost. I was devastated. I knew we had it in, like, it was marked on the box, and it was wrapped perfectly, but I think on that truck it just fell off, and I was just beyond devastated, just beyond devastated. Um, but I mean, I'm so thankful that Jordan is doing this. There's just nobody better, but I really truly just want to see that out. Is the Hall of Fame ceremony packed? I want to see the greatest. I want to hear the crowd. I'm just it's tough. I mean, I always watched his games, and I was just mesmerized by him. I've never seen anybody take over a fourth quarter like him. I saw so many times where we were down in the fourth quarter, and he was bringing us back and bringing us back, and there was like 2 minutes left, and I remember just Wherever I was, first anybody run, I said, "It's it's mama time, bro. Like, watch this." And sure enough, there it is. Either like bringing us all the way back and just straight taking the game, or game winner late, very late to end it. I loved it. Everybody wants to talk clutch players. No, don't get me started. Don't get me started. If I hear Damian Lillard one more time, don't even get me started. He's not on Kobe's atmosphere He's not, because guess what? He done it in NBA Finals games. He's done it in playoff games several times. In the biggest game, Lillard, you ain't even got it to the finals, man. So you are not even close in my respectable. You're up there, but respectably, no, you're not on Kobe's level. Don't even go there with me. Don't even go there with me with clutchness. Don't do it. I've seen him save championships, win championships by taking over against the best of the best of the on the other side. No, don't go there with me. Don't go there with me whenever the Pacers and Shaq fouled out. Don't go there with me. And Shaq just looked at Kobe and was like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that." And Kobe was like, "Don't be sorry. I got this. I got this." And straight up went out there and took it to him. Took it over in the whole overtime. Just took it over and won it. Don't go there with me. There's other series that you can put out there. The Spurs. You can put out the Suns. You can put out a lot of other ones. The Celtics. Just don't go there with me. That man gave everything to the game and then some. He did everything he could after the game to help people and help them. Gave people that really didn't have the greatest, didn't have the resources, but were amazing talent, and he tried to help them the fast track, to get what they deserve. If it was they didn't have the money or this or that, he did whatever he could. He would call Rob Pelinka and his agent and stuff and try to work something out to get help for a lot of people. So just don't go there. Don't go there with me. I just Even the people that passed away in that tragedy with him and his daughter, the coaches and stuff and the family, he was helping them out. He It's just tragic. It's straight up tragic, and I can't wait for the Hall of Fame ceremony because I'm gonna be I'm gonna be glued to the TV watching it, and I'm gonna watch my guy go into the Hall of Fame, a walking first ballot Hall of Famer, because that's what he was. He was a walking first ballot Hall of Famer. Him and Tim Duncan by far were the top of this class in my opinion. And I just I can't wait. I know Michael Jordan's gonna give a hell of a speech. More than likely, I know how close he was to Kobe, and rightfully so. I know that they loved and respected each other immensely, and Jordan respects anybody that can run their mouth to him. Because don't think that Kobe didn't let Jordan know that because he wished that they were both in their primes together. Because he told Jordan all the time, like I would have whipped your ass in our primes, and he just had that fearlessness. He was not scared of Jordan. He took it to Jordan. Jordan would have loved to have seen a battle like that. That would have took basketball to a whole nother level. That would have been bird magic all over again. If you had both of them in their primes on different teams. Oh my good lord. One in the East, one in the West, man. It would have been awesome to see. Like, it would have been crazy, man. It just would have been crazy. It would have been, it would have been perfect. You would have had one on the Bulls in the East, and then you would have had one on the Lakers in the West, and it just would have been like, oh, I can't wait for these finals. Like, it would have been awesome. I just Gubby's my guy. I can't wait to see your induction. And no, there will never be another Kobe ever. I remember there was a lot of times I was going through issues and struggling in life, and so many times I watched games and big moments happened, and it just made me. It just brought a smile whenever I was struggling in life. I'm just saying, there's a lot of times where I was going through a lot in my life, and he just a lot of the he brought me smiles and happiness a lot of times when I was down. So I thank Kobe for that. Like I said, people have their music whenever they're depressed and stuff like that or going through stuff. Mine was sports. A lot of people don't understand that or get it, but Kobe had an impact on my life. We didn't never even knew about one another. We never met one another, but he touched people and helped people without even knowing it. He just did. I'm gonna miss you, Kobe. I miss watching you on that court as a conductor that you are, the beautiful musician that you are. You you were a walking orchestra, and you were just amazing. And it truly is very sad that you're not here now, and that we can't see the next stage of your life and see what more you would have done. But in the time that I just cherish the time that we did. 'Cause like I said, for me especially, he helped me through a lot of rough times. And a lot of times, whenever you were in the finals, those years, even whether you won or lost, but even the years that you were in the finals, those were some of my worst years. And you just you lift. It was like the lifting up that I really needed, and I can't say thank you enough. I'm thankful that those years. I had your team to look forward to in your play and watching you and stuff. It just, yeah. Again, um, people check out the Hall of Fame ceremony this year, and definitely pay respects, because not just to him, to all of the Hall of Famers, because this is, like I said, from top to bottom, this is, to my opinion, the best Hall of Fame NBA Hall of Fame class ever. And I mean, they were rivals, but I respect the hell out of the man and the player that Tim Duncan was as well. Like I said, to me, he is by far the second best on this list in that class. This is just a hell of a class. Um, I believe Kevin Garnett's on this too. I just, mm. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I'm sorry if I was a little bit too emotional. It's just, yeah, it's, um, I'm sad, but I'm also glad at the same time, because I really did want Michael Jordan to do it. Mainly, I mean, mainly for me, because they were, that's who he idolized, but also it's my two favorite players of all time. And, I just, he deserves to be where he's getting ready to go. He deserves outright the first ballot. I'm sad, because mainly because COVID-19 could rob us of another huge moment, because Kobe, if there was no COVID, the falling out for the the people coming for that, and the atmosphere would have been immensely different. And I believe he's owed that, and I believe he deserves that. That's mainly what I'm sad about. I want a crazy crowd. He deserves the best. He deserves the biggest hoorah you can get. And I don't know if it's going to happen that way, but he definitely deserves it. And I don't feel right if it's not going to end up being remotely even close to that. I just don't feel right that the class should be rushed and done. I think it should be delayed, so where it's done right. That's just my opinion. Um, but anyways, um, again, you can follow me on Twitter, um, at Rocky Sports, ROCKEY Sports, um, or the Rocky Sports Talk Show, or Rocky Sports Talk Sheet, and then you can follow me on Twitch, Rocky Sports Talk Sheet, one word, and also Facebook, Rocky Sports Talk Sheet as well. And just, if you could, please subscribe, like the video. Um, you know, refer people to the channel, because this. Everything helps. So I want to thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening to the video. I'm sorry if if I made it hard for y'all to understand me or anything like that. Like I said before the video, it's just gonna be a tough video. But anyways, congratulations, Kobe, and congratulations, Jordan, on being able to induct him and introduce him. Um, it couldn't have been done better on that. But please, let's just get a packed house. Let's get it like the atmosphere is supposed to be. And if not, please, Commissioner, just postpone it. If it's not going to be done right, if you can't imagine this is the atmosphere that would have happened without no COVID, don't do it. Just pause it and just do 2 years into one. Get this done right. I don't want it to be done half-assed or rushed, please. That's all I beg of you. Like I said, please like and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it, guys. That way I can continue to make videos. As like I said, I mean, I'm not gonna keep doing it for 10, less than 10 people. I'm not gonna keep wasting hours of my time every day if it's not gonna grow. I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I got a family, I got kids and stuff like that. So I know these are good videos. I know that these are great topics, and I've already responded to comments and stuff like I said I would, which you guys can comment on these, and I will reply. I will do the very best I can, but I've replied to everybody, and I'm active, and just because your opinions are different than mine doesn't make this a bad channel or a bad topic. Like I said, that's why the comments are there. You all can we can debate it and stuff like that, and do it properly in the right way. But yeah, that's just, I want this to be something special. I want this to grow and be good. So, thank you guys who have subscribed and liked the videos and stuff. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep grinding. That's for sure. And I'm just gonna keep doing what I can do. But until next time, peace out, everybody.